Life models are getting creepier by Sydney Watson. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's go. Let's just say like that.
This one officially puts us actually in hell.
I told
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And
point.
as per usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by PDS Debt. So everybody, I have once again been on the internet and have found some things that I wish I could delete from my memory. And
at this point in 2025, there's a lot of things that I'm seeing. A lot of horrible stuff that I've seen on the internet that I wish I could delete from my mind. I want my meter.
Because
Let's go.
I am in fact your mama bird, I am going to once again vomit this terrible information into your You know, I'm just feeding my little baby birds, which is all of you. I honestly feel a little bit bad for anybody who's new here and this might be the first video that they're watching and it's me talking about vomiting into their mouth.
Oh no, please Sydney. Oh no. No, actually, yes, it's my first video of you that I'm watching. Don't do that. Please. You wanna make me end up like poking too? Oh god, no. Hell no.
It's a bird reference. It's a bird. I'm the mama bird. You're the baby birds. And the vomit is news. Vomit.
No, please.
So I made a video very recently where I expressed the opinion that spicy content, particularly that which is posted on OF, is only going to get more and more extreme and as time wears on. Once again, OF being the website that is dedicated to singular fans, if you know what I mean. But I think as of late particularly, that point and that belief is being proved right over and over again. The last time I talked about this, I used the example of mattress actress Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue being locked in a competition of sorts.
Oh, Bonnie Blue is the 1,000 guys challenge. I made a video about her. Yes, 1K guys sags.
And Bonnie Blue was trying to play hide the sausage with teenage boys.
I'm gonna be sleeping with 23 barely legal 18-year-olds.
So come and get me on my knees and let me celebrate you getting into uni, boys.
What the heck?
I don't like this. Why are we this way? The whole thing was extremely weird, and honestly, I've tried to block it out. Actually, our friend Lily Phillips has gone viral again just in the last couple weeks for saying she started watching adult content at age 11 and believes that other young children should also watch this to learn.
Well, I think you should be learning from it from that age. I do believe that, because
this is a no.
But learning.
Maybe not
if we still have
maybe
some
not
common
learning
sense
from
around
pornography, but I do think understanding it more from that age would be helpful.
That's gonna be a no from me there, champ. Although I can't say that I'm so surprised to hear this from the woman who recently did the backdoor challenge. I did tell you guys this is the Hellgun.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that too, and that, my friends, didn't end up well, as we know. She ended up, well, how should I say that on YouTube? Making her physical necessities in a bag for quite a few months, and probably will have some kind of sequels for the rest of her life. But she doesn't look like she repented anything. Yeah, I don't think so.
In fact, on it. Or in it, if you're one of the people who thinks it's the suspended air version. Anyway, it's very clear for all to see that there is an acceleration in the amount of spicy content being posted online. And like I've already mentioned previously, in this quest to carve out more market share on these spicy platforms, the type of content being made and posted is only getting more and more extreme. But it's also getting really, really specific, and it's being made in such a way that it targets specific adult interests, if you will. And as AI is getting better and more sophisticated, we have officially entered a very, very disturbing period of time. Like, more so than usual. I know we've been here for a while. In my recent travels of the internet, I came across this article from back in mid-March headlined, "People are using AI to create influencers with Down syndrome who sell nudes."
Oh no, this can't be true. This cannot be true. Why? Why is this happening? People are using AI to create influencers with Down syndrome who sell nudes. Why is there a demand for this? Who is buying this? These people should be put in a list to be watched at least. This is very weird, to say the least, for the lack of better words.
Yes, this is happening, and no, it's not a joke. But if nothing else, this is the complete encapsulation of what it means to live in 2025. I actually noticed this happening myself over the last 2 months or so, where these videos started popping up all over my Instagram feed, and I genuinely thought I was going mad. Many of these accounts have thousands of followers and tons of interaction, although I am guessing that the followers have been purchased, so I don't know if that makes it better or worse, do with that information what you will, but the content being posted is hypersexualized with hypersexualized captions, and almost all of this is being linked back to explicit adult content websites. Now, admittedly, when I first started seeing these videos myself, I thought this was a filter because they're getting very, very, very good. But then I dug a little deeper and I found that, as the aforementioned article explains, this Down syndrome face, these features, are part of the general practice of stealing real people.
Oh, I see. I see. Oh, they are changing people's faces. This isn't wrong. Like, is there any kind of penalties for this? I mean, I'm talking about the laws and justice. There ain't no laws for it. I mean, of course, ads. If they are changing the face, this is making no harm, I guess, to the real person, because it's not the real person anymore. It's another person. It's the contrary of a deep fake. It's putting the AI-generated face in a real face instead of getting a real face and putting in another AI-generated content to make the real person say or do things that they are not doing.
Content
like that,
and replacing the faces with AI-generated faces.
Kind of bugs
like
my mind.
This video, for example, showing a sexualized woman who appears to have Down syndrome, but this is the actual woman who made the original video. Or sometimes it just becomes AI inception, because I think this one woman is not real. I think she's AI made. But then they've gone ahead and given her a Down syndrome appearance as well. And this is bizarrely common. I just want to know who's
God,
syndrome
this is so
is down,
strange,
but
so weird.
Peach booty
It's like
is
uncanny.
Up.
This is down the uncanny valley. This is so uncanny. Why people are thirsty for this? Why people are paying for this? Why they are demanding for this? What's going on with the world? Come on. Oh my god, no way. And no way.
That's what that means to me. Down syndrome doesn't mean I can't give you what you want. Who is writing these? I don't know, guys. I've definitely told you about some questionable stuff during my travels of the internet over the years, but this is just...
I've been watching many questionable things in this 5 minutes and 40 seconds of your video. I don't even know where to begin with.
I want to get off. You know, I'm sure that there are a bunch of things that all of us would like to stop, particularly in our personal lives, like debt, which is why today's video is sponsored by PDS Debt. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I think owing any amount of money is very stressful. I would know. I am still literally paying off my student loans. And I don't even have a cool medical degree. But for everyday hardworking people, being crushed by debt is debilitating, and it's on your mind all the time. But the good news is there is a way for you to take control and take your life back, thanks to PDS Debt. PDS has helped tens of thousands of people with all sorts of debts. Credit card, personal loans, medical bills. They go beyond the raw numbers to understand your personal financial situation and then design a personalized plan specifically for you. Like I said, I genuinely do have quite a substantial amount in student loans, and thankfully I'm on a plan to pay that back in Australia. But if that debt was here in the US, it is very comforting to know that PDS Debt would be there to help me if I needed it. There is no minimum credit score required, and your initial assessment is absolutely free. And if you're skeptical, PDS is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, so they aren't some random schmoes up the road. They also have a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. So if you too want to take control of your life and your debt, then click the link in the description, scan the QR code on screen, or go to pdsdebt.com/Sydney to get your free assessment. That's pdsdebt.com/Sydney to get your free assessment. Anyway, when I first started looking into this, I was fully convinced that I was just gonna dunk on some OF girls and then go on my merry way. But the longer that I looked, the weirder all of this got and the more rabbit holes that I found, and I've just come to the conclusion that the internet is a mistake. As you can probably guess, as the creation of these AI-generated people and faces has gotten better and better, it's opened up a lot of money-making avenues. And so people have started making profiles that cater to really specific adult interests, if you know what I mean. Which again, all link back to payment platforms like Patreon and this new one called FanView.
That is all AI?
Fun fact, OF has some strict rules around using AI on its platform. It bans deep fakes, doesn't allow purely AI-generated content, and you can't use real people and edit them without their permission.
But it's happening there anyway. They find breaches, or I don't know what. But yeah, I bet this is happening there exactly right now. And even for people talking with the said OF model, they are probably not talking with her. They are talking with an AI that answers the comments and questions. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh God, this is so. This world is so lost and doomed.
So once
I need my meteor.
Do with this information what you will. And as a bit of an aside, the AI-generated fetish content gets really specific and really weird. This account, for example, is full of completely AI-generated images of...
Why? Why? Tell me why. Tell me why. Explain me. Dad. Explain this to me. Why? God, Jesus Christ. No. No. Just no. Look at these, man. Oh, no. Oh, God. Why? Why they are doing that? Why they are doing that? I mean, for real, what's the reason? Why are people interested in this? It's some kind of fetish? I mean, it is a fetish, but why? Why is this a thing? I just don't understand. I really don't understand. Please, someone in the comments, please let me know why is this happening. Because I really don't understand.
Apparently, that is an adult interest people have. I guess they like nubs. I mean, silver lining to all of you who are missing limbs right now. Apparently you're sitting on a bit of a gold mine. Lose an arm? Fields of diamonds. Even luckier for those of you with backwards facing feet. Okay, what am I looking at here? As expected, this particular Instagram account links to a payment platform and the subscription platform Patreon, where it has 500 subscribers. Here are the Ampute Girl fantasies brought to us by AI. Perfect English, no notes. 29 people are paying for this, and I don't know what to do with that information. So obviously, it's not like people having really, really obscure and specific and weird adult interests is even a new thing. What can I say? We've all been picking on the feet people for long enough. There was almost a reward for you all for being here, but then I realized that feet are hideous. When I was looking into this topic, I found entire Reddit threads of OF women discussing how much money they make posting videos and images to the platform while pregnant. There was even an article from 2022 that discussed a young British mother making almost $15,000.
Why? Again, why? Oh my god. I mean, to be honest, after looking at those before, amputated and Down syndrome, this one starts to feel like something normal. For real, I mean, those before this were so strange and unreal and uncommon. And whatever else that I cannot even have words to express my feelings about that this one kind of feels normal. I mean, because at least it's from a normal human condition. I don't know, but my brain is rotting with all of this. The internet's destroying my brains.
A month for posting videos of herself pumping breast milk. Someone even offered her $100,000 to breastfeed him. Just taking mummy issues to a whole new level. Some of you might even remember a woman I discussed a while ago called Diana Dietz, who went by the username Coconut Kitty, who would make spicy content and edit her face to look extremely young.
I have no idea.
She was accused of fan of the playground baiting and eventually ended her time here on this planet back in 2023. Sorry for all the euphemisms. YouTube is a pain in the butt. So all of this, both online and offline, has been around for a very long time. Where there is an audience, there will always be people to service it. But now, with advancements in AI and other technology, we are entering some very awful territory. While I was looking into this, there was a part of me that thought that maybe some women are involved in this and using their content to basically capitalize on this fetish for people who have Down syndrome. But now I am more or less convinced that this is a group of people or groups of people making fake women to extort money out of other people who are probably more than likely men. And here's why I say that. These accounts, these profiles, personas, all exist in what I can only describe as clusters. There will be these groupings of similar accounts, usually with some sort of similar name, and all the same stolen content, feeding back to either Telegram or, like I've mentioned, money-raising platforms and spicy platforms like FanView. Fun fact, FanView actually allows for AI-generated content if it is marked as such, which is terrible. When these accounts get banned, particularly on Instagram, they pop right back up with a new handle and new information. Two of the biggest accounts that you've probably seen floating around are called Maria Dopari and Truly Special Girl. Both accounts have been deleted from Instagram, but keep coming back like a disease. As the article I referenced earlier pointed out, after its deletion, the Maria Dopari account followed several other similar accounts with similar names that all posted the same stolen content, but with slightly different Down syndrome faces on the stolen videos. I was able to find the Maria Dopari X account and saw exactly this in action. These videos are supposed to be the same woman, but as you can see, sometimes she has different AI-edited facial features. And the same story goes for Truly Special Girl, who was one of 5...
Special Jenny 20, Special Unicorn 20, Special Honey 20, Truly Special Girl, Special with Love. Oh yeah,
all posting the same AI-altered content. So, It is diabolical to create a fake Down syndrome woman and then name her account Truly Special Girl. I'm not gonna lie, this is some bold stuff. Like, between the profile names and the psycho on the nose captions, whoever is doing this is going to hell.
Beyond.
Stuff like this kind of makes me lose faith in humanity. Once again, during my
oh my dear, you're still losing your faith in humanity. I lost mine long time ago. Long time ago. I'm just waiting my meteor, Sydney. I'm just waiting a giant, bright, beautiful meteor that will banish us all entirely from Earth.
Travels on the internet, I found this same theme and this same pattern over and over and over again. One of the new clusters that has popped up recently is this persona called Liliana, and it's still quite small, so we'll see how this goes. This one, to me, is especially weird because the videos posted go from pretty normal TikTok dancing lady content to abruptly turning into AI-generated Down syndrome face. Like, this one video shows a normal lady, and then the very next video is the AI-generated Down syndrome features. And it's like, they're not even trying to hide it. It's also worth noting that I'm pretty sure that this woman isn't real either, so do with that what you will. Alarmingly, it's actually getting kind of hard to tell what is AI face and what is just someone filtering themselves into oblivion. Thankfully, you guys never have to worry about that with me. I'm ugly on purpose. A friendship. Okay, but seriously, I really like how whoever created this account decided that this woman would develop a serious chromosomal condition overnight. Yeah, they did that. Whoever made the Liliana persona went ahead and made another account that is exclusively videos with the Down syndrome features, and all of these videos have gotten infinitely more views. Like the others, both profiles link back to an Instagram that exclusively has the aforementioned Down syndrome face videos, except that these videos feature completely different women with very explicit captions. Interestingly, this Liliana situation doesn't link anywhere further just yet, so I'm not super sure what the play is, but there will be a play. Let me assure—
Of course it will be. Of course, that is.
So more of the reasons why I don't think this is individual women doing this and is instead the act of scammers and spammers and whatnot has to do with Telegram, which is notoriously used by scammers. And this goes for the scammers who get in my comments and message those of you who then message me asking me if I told you to go to Telegram.
The purpose of Telegram
I don't have a Telegram.
Actually good.
Please don't give those people money. They are not me. I would never do that to you. I try to sell you weird merchandise and tea. That's what I try to do, and I don't try to get random money from you on silly apps. So we have Telegram, which is notoriously used by scammers, but then you also have the fact that when these accounts get deleted and they come back up, they usually have new information about the woman that they're supposed to be representing. The name will change, the age will change, the location will change. Basically, all of the characteristics that a real person would probably want to maintain about their profile are gone. For example, the Maria Depari account recently got smacked down by Instagram, but has since popped back up under the new name Maria Vez. The new Maria Vez persona has two new Instagram accounts, which have conflicting ages, one saying that this creator is 21, while the other says 23. When I looked into the profiles further, I found that these accounts are all made within the last month and are based in France. They've also changed the account's handle several times, which is abnormal for accounts that are only a month old. They also all link back to FanView, well, the original FanView, I should say, and the original Telegram account.
Why all
I don't want to get too in the weeds on the Maria Depari situation because, truth be told, it is a bit of a rabbit hole, and I found some really weird stuff. But looking into that account actually led me to finding the woman whose content is being stolen and used in this way. And yes, I reached out to her, and no, as of filming this video, she has not gotten back to me, but the whole thing there is very odd and very confusing, and if she does reply, and I can look into this a little further if you guys want, I'll happily make a follow-up video. I actually had to ask my lovely thumbnail man, Giancarlo, if he wouldn't mind writing me a note in Spanish for her, and when I reached out to him, I was like, here's the thing, here's what I want you to write, and his response was basically just, I am so used to this from you, I'm not even gonna ask. He's a wonderful, tolerant human, so if you guys ever need any design work done, I'll link his website in the description because he's a good boy. Anyway, the other component here is that the profiles don't use the same people in the photos and videos. It's different women who are either real or who are fully AI generated, like this Clara Valdez persona. Again, the persona's Instagram has since been deleted, but I found its threads and fan view accounts. Videos and images like this, I think, are fully AI generated, but as you can see, this is just a bunch of stolen content from a bunch of different women. All of them are sexualized and all of them are edited to look like they have Down syndrome. Now, this might be a stretch, but I find it really interesting that Maria Depari's new accounts are called Maria Vez, which feature a double Z. And the Clara account also spells its last name Valdez with a double Z. So it's pretty obvious why this specific issue is in fact an issue. And honestly, I think it opens the door to a bunch of different conversations. One being how people, like me to begin with, assumed that this is women making this kind of content and doing these things for clicks, which it isn't. But the more obvious conversations revolve around why AI is being used in this way, the victims who are having their content stolen and used like this, and how disabilities are being sexualized like this, because apparently there's a market for it. It is worth noting that on social media there are several notable people who have Down syndrome who do make content about their lives and their experiences and all this fun stuff, and they've generated quite large followings of people who are just happy to see them succeed and live their lives. But that's obviously not remotely what we're seeing right now, and this AI generated stuff in this context is extremely sinister.
Of course not.
To be clear here, we are not talking about people exploring their quirks in some consensual way. We're talking about scammers and creeps using AI to exploit real women by stealing their content, slapping hypersexualized, fetishized faces on those women, and then profiting from it on platforms like FanView.
Can you even call that? I don't know.
And Patreon.
God.
And even
God.
worse, they're targeting vulnerable communities, people with disabilities and other things who already face enough stigma without being turned into some gross fantasy for profit. The reality is that AI is getting better every day, and I think with that comes a degree of responsibility to use it ethically. Maybe that's the entire degree. But instead, we've got people out here creating personas like
that will never gonna happen. That will never gonna happen. And I will see a nightmare happen in the world if they try to make too much laws and things to shape this. We're gonna have much more problems than we are having now. I'm pretty sure of that because the more laws they create, the more problems we have. It's simple as that. It's just how I see things nowadays. Yeah. Laws never were and never will be for our benefit anymore. It's just to make our lives difficult in many ways. So no, we have to deal with this in a different way and approach, and that's my opinion. That's my opinion regards this. Making new laws, it's never the solution. Trying to make it a crime or something like that.
Marie Depari and Truly Special Girl, and using, once again, stolen content to make a profit while exploiting vulnerable communities and, in a way, almost mocking them. Ultimately, I am of the opinion that AI can and will be a great tool when used responsibly in the correct contexts, and an offshoot like this, for example, has a lot of very destructive capabilities for individuals and society as a whole. People already, when it comes to AI, have a really hard time distinguishing real faces from AI faces, and even I have to admit in this case, a lot of these videos got me. I was like, I'm not super sure what I'm looking at here. And so that in and of itself is a pretty alarming thing to consider, that we are having a hard time deciphering what's real and what's AI. So in the end, as long as we have AI and this type of application with deep fakes and AI generated faces, I do not see this issue going away or lessening anytime soon. And honestly, I do actually foresee this issue getting worse as time progresses, especially as AI gets more sophisticated and people have a harder and harder time distinguishing real from fake. Now on that very happy and pleasant note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out PDS Debt using the link in the description or scanning the QR code on screen. If this is something that you have issue with, it's worth checking out and getting your free assessment. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? I am very curious to hear your thoughts on this one. Are you on my side of this issue where you think this is creepy and wrong for a multitude of reasons? Are you
But before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank you all my patrons that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my Three-Tailed Fox tier members Heath Rowell and Fenny Sylvy for the incredible support to my work. You guys are amazing. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. Well, I will state mine again. I think this is all creepy and disgusting, but I still believe in letting people do what they want to do. Of course that I'm not saying that this is not wrong or something like that. I'm just saying that if we try to mess things up by creating laws to this, I don't know how. I don't know how, but all I know by experience, by the time that I'm on this earth already, that I'm a living human being, is that always when we create laws, we create problems. Okay, that's how I see things. I think we do need some basic laws to survive as a society, but we are far away from that basic laws already. We have too many laws, and these are creating many more problems to our society. So I don't know how the solution to this can be, how a solution to this can be available. Maybe by make people more conscious about AI and whatever, and make they think twice before actually taking something as serious and real. You know what I mean? But creating laws, I don't think this is the answer. They always, I don't know.
You on it's the other side of this issue where you just don't really see this as that big of a deal. It's maybe the natural progression of AI. This is a way of creating this kind of content without really hurting anybody. I disagree with that personally, but do you potentially think that? Do you think that it's predatory to do this to people who have disabilities? Do you think it's weird to be stealing people's content and putting someone else's face on top?
Of course it is. Of course it is disgusting. It's wrong. Of course it is. But I just don't see how we can stop this in any way possible. But I mean, at least they are not using their faces. It's not like deepfake. I think deepfake is way worse. And in case of a deepfake, the person needs really to be punished. There should be a crime for that. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be a crime for this too. I'm just saying that, oh, they are really different things. They are really different things. It's just my opinion.
Do you think this is normal? Do you think it's abnormal? Do you think it's setting us down a road that is going to get worse over time? Or do you think that this will eventually peter out and kind of...
I don't think this will get worse and worse for like forever. It will get worse sometimes, for some time. Then I think the society in general, including the stupid masses, will get to know what is happening, because they seems like they are always like 8 decades behind normal brained people, so they took more time to understand this stuff. When they do, things will get better just because people will recognize and not giving it that credit anymore and not spending with it anymore, and it will naturally stop, I think. I don't know, I'm just guessing here. I'm just exercising my two brain cells.
And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you're not subscribed already and you'd like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them.
I really enjoyed your content,
of course,
and subscribe it already and gave the like.
Stay safe and well and make good choices, and I will see your beautiful little squidgy faces in the next video.
Why squid faces? Well, that's fine. It's the first video that I watched from Sydney Watson. I never watched a video from her before. It just popped out here in my YouTube homepage. So I thought it'd be fun to watch it and react with you guys. So yeah, I liked her content very much, so I subscribed. I probably will be making more reacts from her in the future. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the content as I did. Some stuff really like feels like tearing my soul. The little bit that is still left. But yeah, that's just how things are. There's nothing much we can do about it. And yeah, the world is lost, the world is doomed. And I'm waiting my bright meteor to come home for me. Okay? And as it should too. I'm joking. I'm not wanting to advise people to Minecraft themselves or anything like that. And thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my links below, Discord and Patreon. If you don't like, if for some reason you don't like Patreon, I say to support me, consider becoming a YouTube member. That helps you. A bit less, but it does. And thank you everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!